This week we're on a farm up near Southport. Here they buy in calves from 3 local dairy farms and rear them all the way through to finishing weight. They have been struggling with pneumonia, predominantly throughout the autumn and winter months, which is affecting the overall finishing time, resulting in extra time on farm. The purpose of our visit is a ventilation consultancy, which will be assessing the building design, air movement and cleanliness within the building and looking at any improvements that could be made to help reduce pneumonia and improve performance during these months. When looking at calf housing, there are 5 main areas to focus on: moisture, temperature, fresh air, air speed and drafts, and lastly, hygiene. Signs of poor ventilation to look out for would be moisture or condensation on the roof and woodwork, cobwebs on the sidewall or roof structures, the smell of ammonia and dampness, and lastly, insufficient or excessive enter and exit spaces for air movement. When focusing on ventilation, we are looking at 2 of the 5 main points: the fresh air and the air speed and drafts. Firstly, knowing the building topology is key. This is the way in which the building is aligned with the prevailing wind. Livestock buildings should be aligned with the prevailing wind coming across the building and using the principles of the stack effect. This draws the heat out the ridge, bringing fresh, clean air into the buildings. Calves do not produce enough heat for the stack effect to work, so building design is key, and looking at adding positive pressure tube ventilation should be taken into consideration. Secondly, a range of different measurements are taken, including wind speed, light levels, temperature, relative humidity and ammonia. We are aiming for fresh air but not a draft. So air should be delivered at 0.2 meters per second at calf height. At 0.2 meters per second, this is fresh air. At 0.12, this is still air. And at 0.3 or above, this is a draft. During the winter months, we are aiming to get 6 to 8 air exchanges per hour of building or ventilation area volume. Light levels should be above 200 lux to ensure healthy growth and production, and drafts should be avoided. Drafts often come through small gaps at low levels, whereas dirty air escapes at higher levels. Finally, smoke tests were carried out. This allows us to visually see the air movement around the building. The key points to look at here are: if the smoke does not clear, there is not enough ventilation; if the smoke clears in 5 seconds, there's too much air speed; and if the smoke goes into another building, air is being exchanged between ages, meaning contamination from one to another. From assessing all these areas, recommendations can be made on how to improve the building, improving animal comfort, and consequently animal performance and farm profits.